game doesn't always have to have insanely good graphics, sophisticated gameplay mechanics, or insanely detailed story to be considered good. Kingdom 2 Crowns is a side-scrolling strategy game that initially launched on console and PC. The game completely takes what is familiar in other major strategy titles and breaks it down into one of the most interesting minimalistic roguelike experiences for mobile devices. During Kingdom 2 Crowns, you play as a monarch on your trusty mount of a newly developed kingdom who is tasked with recruiting citizens. You'll begin with nothing but a bit of land and a few coins for villagers to get things going. After that, villagers will begin building up your kingdom further, cultivating crops and defending the lands at night from what is known as the Greed, who will try to break in and steal your money and crown. Pretty much any work that your subjects do to earn you more coins, you'll have to budget over time. Eventually, you'll have enough to build a ship to take you and your subjects to a new island to start the kingdom building process all over again, where it can get significantly harder. However, that takes time to achieve, and there are a lot of lands to explore. Every night, the Greed will attempt to break through your defenses and cause havoc in your kingdom. They'll come looking for you to steal your coins, and if they get to you and get to your crown, well, that'll be the end of your first playthrough. Following that event, the game restarts with the descendant of the previous monarch, which you will notice the kingdom is significantly cut down due to years of lack of leadership. Ultimately, as the leader of this new kingdom, you'll have to find a way to get rid of the land of the Greed for good. The gameplay isn't challenging by any means. Recruit people, those people help you get resources and money, use the resources and funds to expand and find new areas, and so on. There's a ton to discover, and I'm not just talking about in the main game. There are also other modes and more to come, with specific challenges like destroying a certain amount of Greed portals, surviving up to 40 days, or traveling up to 10 different lands. There are also various settings you can play in, which are pretty much reskins of the base game. There's absolutely so much to explore that even after many hours, I feel like I've only scraped the surface of what this game has to offer. There's also a co-op split screen mode if you want to rule with a friend, but it doesn't exactly work well on the phone, and you might better off be playing this on a tablet. While I do appreciate the game's minimalistic presentation, I wish that wasn't fully applied to the UI. After a while, I did lose track of how many workers I had, or if any had died through the night. I only noticed this after a single tree I was waiting for to be cut down for 2 days was still there, a number indicating of how many workers, hunters, or unused villagers I have would have been helpful. There is a ghost of your ancestors who only appears at the beginning of the game and explains some of the basics, but they could have stuck around to help through more of the game, such as informing me that there's a deer that demands 3 diamonds from me, or that I need to ring a bell when I leave on a ship, or else I'd leave with just 1 villager. Yes, that did happen. Many of these annoyances could have been fixed by having that ghost explain some of these additional systems to me. Kingdom 2 Crowns makes for one of the more intriguing strategy games that I've played in some time. The mobile port looks and runs great, but suffers from a UI that doesn't give the player enough unit information. Gameplay has a low barrier of entry that doesn't require much to pick up and start playing. However, its trial and error experiences could have been retained even with a little bit of explanation to save the player an early death. Oddly enough, this is one of the more relaxing gaming experiences that I've had, which is why I find myself returning to my kingdom time and time again. Noisy Pixel is giving Kingdom 2 Crowns on mobile devices an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.